All right, people, it's the greatest day of my life. That's a little far-fetched, not necessarily true, but it is a great day because I'm no longer living in hotels. I have a domicile, I have a residence, I have a home, it's an apartment, that's a place to live. It's amazing. So the quality of the videos will improve exponentially. I still have a little bit to work out with the lighting, but the situation has dramatically improved because I'm not sitting on a chair in front of a table, recording into my phone, and wondering what my life has become. So today we're going to talk about a movie like we do every week. This movie is called Wonka. It is a reboot of I'd say more of like a prequel slash reboot of the original Gene Wilder film. At least that's how it appears to me. Let's talk about Wonka. Let's go. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on the red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. So let's talk about Wonka. This movie is great. Now, that doesn't mean it's the original Gene Wilder film, but it is really, really, really great. The original is kind of hollowed ground. We've had two Wonka movies. We've had Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Obviously, Gene Wilder completely just makes and dominates and owns that film. Created this iconic, incredible character, and also a very unsettling movie in a lot of ways, but a classic. You know, crazy stuff happens. Kids very likely die, or at the very least are seriously injured over the course of that movie. There is an insane, trippy, like 70s acid sequence, and by acid I mean the drug, not the corrosive substance, in like this underground tunnel where they're in a boat, and it's effed up and great, and it's just a legendary film. And then there's the reboot, which is the Tim Burton directed, Johnny Depp starring movie that nobody really cared about. Everyone's kind of seen it, but nobody really remembers it or cares about it, I should say. That movie is not etched into the collective consciousness like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is. The reboot actually adhered a little bit closer to the book. It had the same title, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, as opposed to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So now Timothée Chalamet is in this new reboot from the guy who directed the Paddington movies, and it's tremendous. It's a full-blown musical, so there's a ton of musical numbers interspersed throughout. All of the songs are great, and what I appreciate about the movie is that it's not trying to remake the original. It's a prequel or an origin story, if you want to call it that, kind of outlining how Wonka came to create his chocolate factory, or like the beginnings of creating his chocolate factory, I should say. So it doesn't start off with like him as a little kid or anything like that. He's, I guess you would say, like a teenager in this, as he kind of figures out the very strange and nasty world of like cutthroat business among chocolatiers. Words I did not think I would say today. But it's great. This movie is incredibly funny. It's got loads of heart, and it's got a really good story. What I like and appreciate about this movie is this is just a family-friendly, feel-good movie without messaging, without politics, without baiting the audience, without pandering, and I think that's tremendous about it. This is one of those movies that you can just sit down, watch over and over again. It's just really, really, really good. A movie like this is always going to live or die based on its lead character. It's about Willy Wonka. The actor who plays Willy Wonka has to own that role. And to Chalamet's credit, he doesn't try and copy Gene Wilder. He just makes his own of this very like genuinely kind and endearing and good man. You could maybe question the character of the Wilder version of Wonka, but this one is kind of beyond reproach, which I like and respect. This is just a family-friendly movie without that weirdness that kind of would tie it down if it was compared to the other films. And that all really, it's just great. I really, really liked every second of this movie. And I love that they have a bunch of like really, really funny running gags throughout the film. None of them are cringe or over the top or silly. They're all just genuinely funny. The script is really good, and I loved Wonka. I actually, this is one of those that I would love to watch like once a year. I really think it is that type of film, and it's really a great one. So kudos to everybody involved for not mimicking the original movie, but making their own version of the character. That's warm, engaging, fun, and friendly, and safe for the family. So I love it. I love that about this movie. We really could use more family films like this. This isn't a character that needed to be, updated for modern audiences like Disney seems to want to do with all of the animated films that they're butchering. It's just a great movie. Simple as that. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, I hope you would consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if this movie is trash or great, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.